effect on the Nigerian economy. As so move, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Sergeant.
Dividends and the attendant effect on the Nigerian economy. The House should note that the continued increase over the years of unclaimed dividends and by implication or remittance withholding taxes on dividends in Nigeria. Also note that while the value of unclaimed dividend in 1999 was just 2.09 billion, between 2002 and November 2006, the value of unclaimed dividend has increased from 5.1 billion to 103.1 billion. Furthermore, almost 3 years after the 8th House of Representatives intervention, the value of unclaimed dividend as at March 2019 stands at a whopping sum of 126.03 billion. Aware of the mechanism put in place to address the issue of rising value of unclaimed dividends, such as adoption of electronic dividend payment, dematerialization of share certificate, acceptance of dividend warrant in both savings and current accounts, need for consolidation of account by Central Security Clearance System, CSCS, and registrars, need to resuscitate publication of names of owners of unclaimed dividend by companies, among others, have been applied with no significant positive outcome. Also aware of the implication of large volume of unclaimed dividend on the economic development of Nigeria, to include but not limited to: 1. Adverse investors' confidence, decrease in availability of long-term capital for economic development, and the likely volatility in the regulation of the capital markets. Resolve: to mandate Committee on Capital Market and Institutions to investigate the rising volume of unclaimed dividend and or remittance withholding taxes on dividend and the attendant effect on the nation's economy, and report back within 6 weeks for further legislative actions. As so move, Mr. Speaker. It has risen as at March to 126 billion naira. Mr. Speaker, it is important to note, where investors cannot claim their dividends, there is only one major possibility. That is the inability to trace the investors. And we're all aware that in addition to inability to trace the investors, equally, which means what is the status of the withholding tax remittances, because remittances are supposed to be done where the individual investor resides. We're all aware recently, even Mr. President has visited Saudi Arabia. They're talking about investors. There's no way, if we don't develop confidence on the markets, investors' confidence in the market, there is no way the market will grow. And when people invest their money and they don't get return of their investment, definitely there is a high possibility of discouraging investments. In order to grow Nigerian economy, it is very important to build investors' confidence, to be able to build the economy. On the other hand, it is also very important to build confidence in order to generate long-term capital investment in order to grow the economy. Because of all these reasons, primarily, we want to build investors' confidence in order to grow the markets, to make availability of long-term investments. So I think my honorable colleagues should support this motion in order to help us strengthen the markets, build investors' confidence, and also ensure that we provide a platform for availability of investing long-term capital for investment. Thank you.
Go over this debate and then nothing happens. I'm hoping this time around we will do something exhaustive and finite about it. Right now, the country of Nigeria is in need of foreign capital inflow. And this foreign capital comes in two tranches or two types. The so-called FDI, foreign direct investment, and portfolio investment. Now, portfolio is where people come from outside Nigeria to invest in our share market. And before they come, they do very exhaustive clinical appreciation and assessment of the market they're going into. One of the indices they will look at will be, well, what is their record of dividend payment? What are the ailments in their system? This one is a very critical cancerous ailment in the existing capital market situation in Nigeria. Because if you have invested for 20, 30 years, 10 years, whatever, and there's a high proportion of dividends that should have gone to those who earned this money, and it's sitting there, from what we heard, is rising from 5.1 billion in 2002 to 103, and now it's about 126 as at March this year. March this year was 7 months ago. So my bet is that this is above 130 billion right now. So we need to have a concrete determination of what to do. There have been many suggestions, Mr. Speaker, as to what to do with this money. Oh, some have argued that the companies in which people invested that issue these dividend certificates, they should be reabsorbing that money. That would be wrong. There are those who say, okay, the banks should keep the money. That would be wrong, because then the banks will be having free working capital to them. They will be reaping where they have not sown. So I believe it is right to have this kind of mandate given to the Committee on the Capital Market, so they can do a total examination of what to do, so we can ensure that these monies go to where they belong.
Those in favor of the motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.